Hi, you're listening to Young Leaders Podcast, a show that inspires creatives and motivates you to make a meaningful impact in the world. My name is Filippo Bagarella, and I'll be your guide to success as we interview young leaders, selfishly asking them about their progress and the lessons in life they've learned so far. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Woody Pierre. Thank you so much for being here with us.
It's such a pleasure.
So I always say this. Now it's a mantra at this point. You know, the podcast is called Young Leaders Podcast.
Yeah.
So we always ask everyone, what is your definition of a leader?
Yeah, I don't want to say something like from Google or something. And based on my experience, I think being a leader is you should be an example of what you want to say, what you want to do. Like being a leader is somebody who's always trying to give the first example of the thing that we are doing. And based on experiences that I had is leading a band, leading a marching band when I was younger. So one of the thing is if you want people to play something, you should be able to play it and show them. If you want people to be on time, you should be able to always be on time. So for me, my definition of a leader is the perfect example of what you want to do, of your expectation of everything.
And how do you get to that point? Because there's this saying that, and some musicians believe that music is perfection, right?
Yeah.
And in order to lead, apparently you have to be do you have to be the most perfect one?
We are human.
Yeah.
We can do stuff that, yeah. But as long as we're trying to do our best every time, so we should be able to do it. And when you are a leader, you should do the first move, the first step. You know, and a leader is somebody who can think ahead. Like, if I'm gonna do this, I should know that somebody gonna be late. I should prepare something for this. You know, for example,
Always 2 steps ahead.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Yeah, you should be able to think more than just the think more than just the plan that you have. So if you have a plan, you think about A, B, C, D. You should think about F, G, H, I, something like this, because you have all the plan B, plan C.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I have
saying?
all the alphabet planned out, basically.
Yeah,
All right. So always 2 steps ahead.
yeah.
And is there a guidebook that a person might want to follow, or some footsteps of someone that someone would like to follow in order to achieve that ability in being pre-organized, I believe, because pre-organization means being a couple of steps ahead.
hmm
Is there someone that you look up to?
As a musician,
As a person, as a musician, as whatever you want to identify?
okay, so as a person, like normal life, I would think about my dad
Hmm.
because he's such a guy that always trying to show you the thing,
Mm-hmm.
always trying to be there for you. I think the relationship between a dad and a son is such a great example of being a leader because the first when you're a little kid, the your first example is your dad. Like you wanna be like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you fighting and you get beat, somebody will say like, I can call my dad just right now because you know he's the person that you wanna be. You are the little version of your dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I think yeah, that's the first person I think.
As a person.
Yeah,
What about as a musician?
as a musician, I would say Wynton Marsalis, who is one of my favorite musicians.
I'm gonna go back to him later.
Yeah.
I mean, 9 Grammy Awards, first jazz composer to win a Pulitzer Prize of Music. I mean, this guy's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
He's
Oh
he's.
yeah. Oh yeah.
How was it meeting him?
Um.
Because I know you met him.
So you know the story.
No, I did some research and I saw you talking to him on. There's a
Yeah.
video of you talking
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah. So you wanna know how we met?
Yeah, tell me everything about this guy.
I remember when I started to play trumpet. So he was my only one hero. So I wanted to play like him. I even wanted to stand like him. So I always wanted to um talk to him one day. And then I have a friend, she's in France. So Wynton Marsalis has a concert in France. So I talked to her. I said, you know what? My favorite trumpet player is playing in somewhere in your city. So can you do me that favor? Go to that concert and you never know, try to do a call video so I can see him play.
Yeah.
He said, I want to see my favorite trumpet player. And he said, okay, I'm gonna do it just for you because I know you like music. I said, thank you, I appreciate it so much. And then after the concert, I said, can you go and try to talk to him? She said, I don't know, but I'm gonna try.
Hmm.
They didn't let her go to the backstage. And then I said, can you go, outside? You never know, you can
You
find
might
him.
see him leave.
Yeah. And then she did that. And then like we were talking too, we are friends, we were talking. And then after like 10 minutes, somebody said, hello, my little brother, how you doing?
Huh.
It's like, what? Wynton Marsalis is calling me little brother, like that's crazy. And then he said, where you at? I said, I'm in Haiti. He said, I would like to hear you play. Why don't you come to New York? I said, it's not easy for me to go to New York, from Haiti to New York. He said,
So this was back when you were still in Haiti.
yeah. And then he said, you know what? I have to go, but I'm gonna give you my number. If you wanna have any scholarship, just let me know. I was shocked. First, I heard that, but I wasn't sure because I couldn't even speak English very well. But I recorded the call, and then after I was listening to the call, I was like, he really said that. I was like, that's crazy. And then the next day, I sent him a text, to tell him like how grateful I am. Like, you really do that to me. That's such a great opportunity for me to go to America to learn, you know. And then he said, "Where do you wanna go?"
Damn.
Where do you wanna go? I was like, wow. I said, I wanna go to, actually I'm applying to London School of Music. I'm applying to Berkeley, NEC, and I was applying to a school in California. So I told him that, and then he said, apply, and wherever you have the bigger scholarship, just let me know. I will take care of that.
Huh.
And then that's how I came from Haiti to here, and that's how I met him, just in a call video. And I met him in person last July.
So in a way you can, yeah, it's the video where
Yeah,
you're
that
greeting
was
him.
last
Yeah.
July. Yeah,
Did you get to play for him?
yeah,
You
yeah,
had your trumpet in your hands,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. I bought it, and then he said, "Don't tell me you come here without your trumpet." He said, "Can you play me something?" I was like, "Wow, what am I gonna play for Wynton Marsalis to impress him? There's nothing I can do to impress him.
What did you
He's
play?
the greatest." He said, "Don't think too much. Just play your C major scale." And then I played, and then he said, "You have a good sound. You know, you need to keep practicing, keep doing stuff. That's how you get better." Yeah.
And what got you, step back, what got you in the first place to play the trumpet?
There was a marching band in my high school,
Hmm.
and they always go every we in Haiti we celebrate Flag Day. It's in May actually. So they go out and play. There was so many people. It's like a festival. So I always wanted to be a part of that. So um I started to play saxophone. And then one day I was like, no, there's too many keys. I need to play something more simple. And then I find out the trumpet. I was like, wow, just three buttons. I'm gonna play that. And then, I started to play trumpet just like this.
So pure case, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Too many buttons.
Too many
So
buttons.
all right, so I know that you got the chance to also lead back in your country before moving.
Yeah.
You did a workshop,
Yeah.
a trumpet workshop, more than once, right?
Yeah.
Right. Talk to me about that.
In Haiti we don't really have conservatories of music or big universities, just like here in America. So we help each others. That's how I learned trumpet.
It's a community thing.
Yeah, so I wanted to find a way to share my knowledge to other people. So the same way people help me, I always wanted to do that too. So I said, okay, there's no schools. I should give a workshop some places in Haiti. So I did it in my hometown, which is Cap Haitien, and I did that in the capital, which is Port-au-Prince, Jacmel. I did that in a couple places, and that was so good. That was such a great experience to of being a leader too, because
Yeah,
be,
literally you were on a stage and people were looking at you, trying
yeah,
out what you were
yeah,
doing.
yeah. And all of the places I had like 26 to 30 trumpet players, all willing to learn, very motivated musician, you know. And that's funny. Sometimes you're teaching somebody and you can feel that person is more motivated than you.
Huh.
Yeah, so that give you like more courage to do it because you can see that people wanna encourage you to do what you're doing, you know. Yeah.
Where do you think motivation comes from? Is it something that grows from the very start, or is it something that you have to cherish and, uh, yeah, and grow yourself? Is it
Um
something natural or not?
I think the first motivation it came from it comes from love for something. So like you like something, you like excited, you want to do it, you want to do it. The only thing you want is to do it. But motivation that you're going to have to keep doing this, you get it from little progress. So if today I have a piece that very difficult for me and I practice it and I play it, I was like, wow, if I can do that, I can do more. So every single step you do can motivate you to to go somewhere else, to go further. So like I think progress can give you motivation. Listen to other play can give you motivation. And listen to music, go to concert, you're gonna be very motivated when you see somebody doing something you can't do. You know, every time I go, for example, in Boston, there's a jazz club. The name is Wally's. It's in the Massachusetts app. Every time I go to Wally's, after I was like, wow, I need to practice. So I get my motivation from, you know, looking at, from listening others play. You know,
Hmm.
yeah,
You mentioned practice,
yeah.
um, and that's sometimes a very taboo um, topic for some musicians. But for example, in my case, I unfortunately realized that I wasn't able to practice for long periods of time anymore because I wasn't emotionally and also physically, partially physically, able to do that anymore.
Okay.
Probably also because I lost motivation. What do you think might cause a loss of motivation in the long run?
I think I mean you mean if you want to have motivation again or
No, yeah, if I want to have motivation again, for example, or is there a way? Yeah, is there a way to get it back
to get it back.
in some way, and not just for me, but also for others?
Okay, so if I were you, I would say what gave me motivation when I had it. So I know for me when I was in Haiti that what gave me motivation was a trumpet player. His name is Gregory. This guy has such a beautiful sound, and so every time I want to play more, I listen to him. So I think one of the things you can do is to try to find the way that you had it before. What did you do? What happened? Where did you get that motivation from? So, yeah.
Because one of the reasons might be that music industry is a very competitive one,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and uh, I did an example of me, but could be anybody else.
Yeah.
Some people cannot handle that that level
Yeah.
of of competition.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just make an example. In an orchestra, you need from 6 to 12 or 8 to 16
Yeah.
violins. It depends on what type of orchestra you want. And for that one spot that might be free,
Mm-hmm.
you have 200 people auditioning for that spot.
Yeah.
And when in my case, when I realized that my life was going to depend on that, I thought that's just too much of a guess, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of scared me. But I know a lot of people, especially violinists, but even flutists or trumpets, because in
Yeah.
an orchestra, you guys, how many are you? Like three?
Three.
Three
Sometimes
tops.
four.
Flutes
Yeah.
sometimes are two or three tops.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that it's important to try to also realize that the industry is very difficult. How do you tackle that issue?
Um, yeah, like you said, there's so many great trumpet players, so many great musicians. One of the things I would do is, where do I want to go? I am somebody that I have something different to say, to play to. I mean, you have something special in you. You need to find that. You need to find that. There is nobody else who is Filippo. It's only you. It's only you who is Filippo, who talk like you talk, who play like you play. One of the things that is, try to find a way to be special, because you're not gonna be better. You're not gonna be, not better. You're not gonna be the greatest. I don't think there's the greatest violin player too. There's a lot of great musician.
But exactly, what is the greatest? How do you define it?
Yeah, I don't think that's there is. I don't think there's a greatest trumpet player. There is a lot of great musicians, a lot of great trumpet players, and I think what I can do is, trying to find something special. For example, me, what I do is, I know I'm from Haiti. I know Haiti has a different style of music. So I'm trying to find something special to do, is to combine music from Haiti and jazz music or classical music.
Huh.
So that's gonna be something that you don't see everywhere. So I'm not gonna be better than the others. They're not gonna be better than me too. But we all are doing something different, and we are sharing something to the world.
We're all
I think that's
contributing.
matter. Yeah. So yeah, that's all that is matter, and trying to find something. I don't know what style of music do we have in Italy, but I know there's something special in Italy, and you have it in you. And if you do something by combine something from Italy, America, from your experience, from something, you will find something you can do. So that's how I think about it. I
Hmm.
try to find something to, like, oh, I'm gonna go to a Woods concert. I'm gonna listen to this because Wood is doing this. An American not gonna play Haitian music like I play Haitian music.
Mm-hmm.
You
Because
know,
you grew up with it.
yeah, I'm not saying that they can't play it, but I'm talking about like something you have in you.
Yeah.
Trying to find something. That's how I think about it.
You said something extremely interesting. You
Mm.
are trying to merge um, music from Haiti
Yeah, IT.
with jazz and classical.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, how do you do that exactly?
Um,
Because that's extremely interesting. I don't think people ever. I I don't know, but I didn't do my research on that. But it's
yeah,
something that it's not as common as one might think.
yeah, that's the point. So if it's not common, people will find a way to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm trying to do it. So how? Um, I don't know if you heard about Creole jazz. Creole jazz is um, we have that in New Orleans. So it's kind of easy to merge music to Haitian music with jazz because it's the same idea. In Haiti, we had slave, and this in the slavery period, it's the same. I mean, and it's in that same condition that jazz music, uh, uh, we people started to play jazz. It was in New Orleans. The slave was trying to find a way to express themselves It's the same thing in Haiti too. The slaves were trying to find a way to express themselves. So it's kind of a lot of improvisation, a lot of freedom. So it's kind of easy to combine them together.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think just like this, it's not gonna be that easy to do it with classical music.
Does it require also recompositioning some stuff? Recomposing some stuff? Recomposition.
Yeah, yeah, I think so because it's not the same rhythm, it's not the
Hmm.
same melody.
So you have to try to merge them in some way.
Yeah,
That's very difficult, actually,
yeah,
if you think
yeah,
about that.
yeah. I think I did that in my recital. The last piece was a Haitian piece. I tried to give them we call that rhythm Yanvalu.
Hmm.
The rhythm is Yanvalu, so I tried to put it with some jazz chords, stuff like this.
And for how long have you been trying to to go on with this project, merging different types of music into one ideal? Is
Maybe
it
one
something new?
year.
Is it something?
Yeah, maybe one year, but really started to think about it, to work on it since January.
Okay,
Yeah, because
okay,
since
yeah, fair.
January, I said like, okay, I'm gonna have my recital. I need to find something different to do. You know, I started to think deeply about it. I was like, okay, I can play something from Haiti.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna read something to you,
yeah, of
and you're
course.
gonna tell me. So, all right. Live for the moments you can't put into words. Follow your soul, it knows the way. May 25th, 2022. Tell me about that.
um, I think sometime that was last year, right?
2022, yeah.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, almost, yeah, almost a year ago.
Yeah, it said live for the moment you can't put into a word.
Follow
So,
your soul, it knows the way.
yeah, I think people, this generation, they don't really spend time to enjoy the moment. We always in our phone texting, taking picture. People now they can't have fun without alcohol, without stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of people can't spend one day without their phone, without you know what I'm saying.
Yes,
And
I
so
do know what you're saying.
so I wanted to be able to enjoy a moment that I'm gonna have to think about my whole life. That was a concert. The name of that concert was Bayou, which is a concert of a DJ, a Haitian DJ. So I said to myself, okay, that's the first time in my life I'm gonna be playing for thousands of people. That was in the House of Blues in Boston. So I said that's gonna be the first time I'm gonna be playing in front of thousands of people. I need to really enjoy that moment. So that's where I decided to say that spend time. That moment you cannot put it in a word. You cannot put it in just a picture, but live it, enjoy it.
Live in the moment.
Yeah, live the.
Believe it or not, it's not the first time I hear this with the guests we've had so far.
Yeah,
A lot of people, and I'm going to ask you also this question, a lot of people deal with competition, stage fright, by trying to live in the moment.
yeah.
Is that also something you stand by?
I would say yes.
How do you deal? I suppose you have to deal with stage fright,
Mhm.
obviously, or the stress of competing, right?
Mhm.
How did you deal with that mentally?
Um, for example, I always if I know I'm gonna get stressed about something, I write it down and I think about it. For example, let's talk about this conversation. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be recorded. I'm gonna be talking to Filippo.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I said, okay, I need to think about what can happen. What can happen is first, I'm not fluent enough in my English. I already know that. I'm I might have to think about something first. Like if he asks me a question, I'll have to think about the answer and also think about how am I gonna say it in English. So if I already know that, why I need to be nervous about it? I think about it. I had an audition last February. I had an audition. I was like, okay, Woody, you're gonna make mistakes. Put that in your mind. You're gonna make mistakes. So it's not gonna be something new. You already know you're gonna make mistakes. So why you need to be nervous about it? So when I do something, I was like, yeah, I know, I knew it. So that's how I deal. That's how I deal with it.
Always a step forward,
Yeah, think about it,
always
and
ahead.
yeah,
It doesn't it though, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it though connect to the fact of overthinking, right?
yes.
Are you an overthinker?
I think so. Yeah.
So, because there are various types of overthinking,
Yeah, yeah,
and a vast majority of them is probably very toxic.
yeah.
But the one you're telling me is actually very grounding.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a new way of overthinking I should try, even though
Yeah,
I don't think I'll ever manage to anytime soon. Um, Question:
yeah,
what are your plans for the future? Where do you see yourself at being successful in? I mean, I know it's probably trumpet playing
yeah,
and musicianship, but where exactly? Because it's a big universe.
yeah. And like 5 years or
You decide. You tell me.
okay. So first I want to see myself teaching. I want to see myself inspiring people, young musicians, because one of the things that helped me so much is people that's inspiring me all the time. So they help me so much to see somebody better than me. Like I can give you a list of a lot of trumpet that I listen to every day. So I want to be able to teach people, to help people, because for example, in Haiti, there's so many great musicians. They like music, but they don't have enough, money to go to great schools or stuff like this. I want to be able to help them. People from Africa, from other countries that they don't have enough, they can afford, learning in a great universities. I would like to be able to help them.
To give back.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I want to do. I want to be performing and have my own band touring, play different places around the world. And, that's all I want to do. See myself inspiring people, be able to play music freely without thinking about I'm spending too much money. What am I gonna eat today? What am I want to be able to be free and help people, help young musicians, kids, schools, high schools, college students, everybody. So that's all I want to do. So I don't want to be older than 40 or 50 without doing this.
Hmm.
So for me, I said, you have to
Is
do
that when
that.
the clock stops?
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I did the workshops too. I said, okay, I need to help them. If I have the opportunity to come here to study music, you know, I'm the I'm the only or the second young trumpet players who had that opportunity. So
Hmm.
I need to
In the country?
end the country. I know Jean Caz is playing with Michael Bublé. You know Michael Bublé?
Yes, I know who's.
He's playing with Michael Bublé right now, but he grew up in Miami. He was born in Haiti
Yeah,
and grew up
yeah.
in Miami. I know Obed Calver is playing with the Jazz at Lincoln Center right now. He was born in Miami but spent some time in Haiti. It's not really so.
You are the actual.
Yeah,
You're the
so
deal. You know you could run for president for this, right?
yeah, so I wanted um to do something different and help people because people has been helping me my whole life.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I want to do that. For me, being a successful musician, for me, it's supposed to be like this.
It's the art of
I
giving
would
back.
be so happy if I can do that.
I I think not everybody realizes that we are extremely lucky, whether you're a musician or not, to find yourself in the situation we are now.
Yeah,
It's something extremely lucky. Um, I realized that because I've had the opportunity to travel the world,
Oh,
for my family, with my family, for my mom's and dad's job. That's the only reason. And only now I realize how lucky I am,
yeah,
because a lot of people, you can find happiness in a lot of situations. You
yeah,
don't
yeah,
need to necessarily find it where we are currently, but I think that the art of giving back is something in me grew just recently. I've had an experience a couple of years ago. I was teaching for a program called in Italian Musica Libera Tutti, which means music liberates everybody. And similar to El Sistema
mm-hmm.
here in America and in Venezuela. And I realized that by helping children that weren't as lucky as I was,
Mm-hmm.
made me feel good and made me
Yeah,
learn even more,
yeah,
because you can learn from yourself, you can learn from your teachers. And this is something I want to ask you. Do you believe in the fact that by teaching, you learn more also about yourself?
of course, absolutely yes. I think that by teaching something, give you a maturity of what you teaching. And I always do that. If I wanna, you know, master something, I teach it. So if I wanna talk about like model scales, I can talk about the whole day. Yeah, wherever I find a musician, we talk about it. Oh, you know what? What do you think about model scales? Let me tell you that this and that. We talk about it, and as the more you talk about something, is the more you get used to it, and you really know the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm talking about Filippo every day, I'm gonna try to find something new. Oh, Filippo, he's from Italy. This is that. I'm gonna know you another level because I'm talking about you every day. So it's the same thing for
Oh, I feel
teaching.
flattered. I feel flattered.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So the reason why I'm asking this is because, not everybody is as lucky to have encountered the best teachers.
yeah.
And it is my belief that we, as our generation, you spoke about our generation, right? Or the younger generation also. How do you think we should act, um, in order to, and this is a question that uh, a previous person left for you. Usually, what happens is that the previous person we interview leaves a question for the next person. And um, and given the fact that we're almost towards the end, what is what is your vision to try to solve this situation? What do you think our generation should do to make it better for the next one?
Wow, that's such a great question.
To like say it ends here and it starts again from here.
Yeah, I think keep doing the thing that the previous generations was doing. Like keep transferring, keep sharing what we have, and keep creating stuff for because whatever you're doing now, you're making an impact in the world that gonna impact the world like yearly. If I create a school of music right now, this school of music gonna be like in 50 more years. So I think one of the things we can do is to keep sharing things, keep helping people, keep doing positive things in this world. So that's gonna help this generation to um to keep getting better over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things we can do is like love each other more, be nice to everybody, and that's gonna help the younger generation to you know that's all I think about it. Everything is love. Like there's a music name like this, Yanni music. Love is all. So if you wanna do something different, do it with love, and it will happen because love is perfect. Love is all. If we keep loving each other, it's gonna be something different will happen. Every time love is somewhere, something different, something perfect will surely happen.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because see, in a world that constantly changes,
Yeah.
and politics is a thing. There's poverty, which is another thing.
Yeah.
Human rights, and if as a musician, um, if I have to think about something that could connect all these things, a silver lining that connects all these things into a solution or
Mm-hmm.
into a step forward is music. And if you think about it, we have a lot of musicians, celebrities, singers who try to use music as a form of peace. Heal the World with Michael Jackson is
Yeah.
an example.
Yeah. We are the word.
Sorry,
Yeah.
We Are the World is another one. And I think that we shouldn't forget about this because as young people, because we are fairly young, as young
Mm-hmm.
people, we tend to forget that that we come from something. We are a product of something.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I got into music because I used to listen to an ad on TV with Roy Orbison singing Pretty Woman.
Who's your favorite violin player, by the way?
My favorite violin player. By the way, I retired from violin, but my favorite violin player is, oh, I have a couple of them. Hilary Hahn is one of them. She is very technical, but at the same time, very musical. So it's she's very good because we always used to say if you want to learn how to crack the code. By crack the code is like understand how to do a very difficult technical
Mm-hmm.
passage. Just go look for Hilary Hahn on YouTube because the camera is always on her fingers and she's very clear.
Wow.
So it's if you need to find fingerings of a certain thing, bow strokes or bowings, look at Hilary Hahn.
Hillary.
Hilary Hahn, yeah.
Wow.
Um, and she's also fairly young. She's very young actually. Um, Another person. Let's see. I drifted a little bit away from the violin world, but yeah, unfortunately. But let me think. Well, I've had he's not famous like Hilary Hahn, but definitely my violin teacher,
Oh,
my professor.
great.
I met him a long time ago, and he I used to tell him he's from Russia. Well, he's not from Russia. He's
Your
from
teacher here?
Azerbaijan. He teaches
Oh.
here in Boston.
Okay.
And I met him in Italy though in a musical camp, and I asked him how do I was studying Bruch violin concerto, and I said how do I get through this passage? It's so difficult. I've been working on it for weeks, and I can never. And he's like, practice slowly.
That's the only way.
I'm doing it like you're not doing it enough.
That's the only way.
So he's also very technical, very.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think he's not only a mentor. You asked me before about a musical mentor and a as a human mentor, not human. Sorry, as a normal non musician mentor. One was your father, the other one was a famous trumpet player. In my case, he is both. Because in a way he's kind of like a fatherly figure. My parents are far away, and so I don't see them every day as much as I see him. But yeah, that's my answer to it. All right, so we're almost at the end.
Yeah.
I have just one request from you, and that is to look into that camera and leave a question for the next person we're going to interview.
One of the things that I would ask somebody is how we can be better. And anything we do, anything we are doing, like of being a leader, of being a musician, as a human being, how we can be better so we can help and inspire other musicians or other people. That's my question. It's just
Yeah,
a simple question.
yeah. It's basically constantly questioning yourself and how could you be
Yeah,
better for the,
yeah.
to make it better for the people who come after you. That's amazing. Well, Woody Pierre, thank you so much
Such a
for being
pleasure.
here, and I hope you had fun.
Thank you very much. I had.
All
I
right,
had a lot of fun.
we can go.